What we're doing is we're solving that problem in hospitality of staff shortages, skill shortages. Make the espresso, you put it in the machine, you set, you forget. Welcome to Slush of the Month. It's me, Adam, and today I'm at Clifton Coffee Roasters in Bristol because we are going to be using our Elmeco slush machine to make some coffee drinks. First drink I'm going to make is for the daytime. It's a Caffé Frappe, the cornerstone of your iced beverage menu. Second drink, what we're going to do is we're going to make something for the evening. It's everybody's favourite. When you think of coffee and cocktails together, there's only really one. It's Espresso Martini. So let's kick off with a Caffé Frappe. In goes 1800 ml of oat milk. I personally prefer oat milk over cow's milk. You can use whatever kind of milk you like. Next up, this is 120 ml of E1 Clifton Coffee Espresso. And the last thing we're going to do, now normally when you make a frappe, you use a powder. The problem is, I don't want you to have to pre-mix it all, whisk it up before you pour it in. Okay, so I'm going to take a step out. I'm going to use a liquid frappe and Granita base, 120 ml of that. When you drink a frappe, what you want is that luxurious, velvety mouthfeel, and that's what we're going to try to create. Okay, we're going to go into tank 2. We're going to do the Espresso Martini now. One idea that I'd like to try at home is called a dirty Espresso Martini, where you basically put a chai syrup in instead of vanilla or simple syrup. So that's how you can make it different on the high street. And the same with the Caffé Frappe. Let's go. So the first ingredient, really nice and easy, 900 ml of water. We're not making cocktails in a Boston shaker this time. Some of the ice does melt in that. We're going to be using water instead. The machine's going to freeze the drink down for us. This way it's going to be still pretty strong at about 8% ABV. I'm going to go for 300 ml of vodka. In it goes. Now the next ingredient is a coffee liqueur. I'm going to use Kahlua. When I'm at home making this, I really do like Mr. Black's. You can really turbocharge your Espresso Martini. So Kahlua, 150 ml. We're going to use a simple 1-to-1 sugar syrup, 150 ml. Going to add some of this Frappe and Granita base. This is really, really good for slush machines. 150 ml. Final ingredient, and of course the champion. Thanks to Clifton Coffee for letting me use their coffee. That's the one we're using. It's E1. Now this one's been recommended to me by the guys at Clifton as the best coffee to use in iced drinks. So that's why I'm using it. In we go with 150 ml of fresh espresso. That's all the ingredients in there. I'll pop the lid on, I'll switch it on, and I'll see you in 20. It's now frozen down. It's looking really, really nice in there. So let's go ahead. We're going to try, first off, Caffé Frappe. You can already see that this is going to have a really luxurious mouthfeel to it. It's really nicely frozen. Okay, just look at that. Look at that colour. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to garnish it with just some whipped cream. This is, again, plant-based whipped cream because I've got a plant-based frappe. So low and slow, in we go. And then just going to put a little, as you would on a cappuccino, a little bit of cocoa powder, and then, of course, let your customers know what flavour to expect. I'm just going to garnish that with 3 coffee beans. Garnish comes in 3. So there we go. Finish that off with a straw, and we've got ourselves an amazing looking Caffé Frappe. Now let's dive in to the Espresso Martini. If I was making that at home, I'd definitely add more booze in it. But if you're running a bar, you want to kind of be semi-responsible. Like I said, this is about 8%. What I do like about that, you really get the coffee flavour coming through. You can really taste the espresso. It's quite sweet because the Kahlua adds sweetness to it. And obviously we've added simple syrup in there as well. It's definitely a crowd pleaser. If you are spending all night at the bar making espresso martinis, invest yourself in one of these. Lower the price point. If people want an espresso martini made by a bartender, that can be a premium. Hey, thanks again for joining me on Slush of the Month. I hope you've enjoyed these drinks and it's given you some ideas of what you can do with your coffee. A little bit more into automation, a little less dependent on bartenders and baristas. This is very much a way of easing up the burden if you're short-staffed, okay? So get in touch with me if you want to know more. It's adam.rich@jestic.co.uk, and I'll see you next month. Bye.